I mean, that's the third game, I think. So, just being here and getting the reps and kind of being in the rotation a little bit. I was comfortable and I felt good, and I feel like they felt good. Kind of calling the game and not having to kind of dumb things down to try to make things work.
Who has been most helpful during the transition over from Europe to here?
Yeah, I think CP has been great. Obviously, Casper. We him already had a relationship from Duke, and then as well as the guys in the room, Coop, and even Brandon Johnson. Everybody in the room has just been helpful. Whether it's when I'm asking questions and trying to figure out the little nuances and everything. In each little coverage, and so it's been a team effort, and the whole room as a whole has helped a lot.
From what you can tell so far, how does Vic's system fit your skill set, or bring the most out of fit your skill set?
I think it works really good because we're getting a body on a body, trying to be sticky, and do those things and utilize the quickness, but also be able to tackle and cover well and all those things, and so. I think it's been a good fit.
How prepared did you feel on Sunday?
I felt good, man. I felt really prepared. I felt like they prepared me, and I've been in the late night meetings and early morning meetings with CP and Casper, trying to figure things out and asking questions, and them kind of us working together and figuring out a plan as far as, okay, this is what I'm comfortable with, this is what I'm kind of still thinking about and going through. So I felt, going in, whatever happened, I was ready to play.
So you've been here on a short week and another explosive offense for you this week.
I think really it's just getting the body back as fast as possible, taking care of yourself in that instance, and then trying to kind of retain as much information as you can without kind of getting overwhelmed and overloaded and trying to think too much when you go out there. Still trying to be able to play fast and free, on a short week, even though you're getting a lot of information at one time.
You've only been here a short time, and I think this is the first loss you've experienced. It's a tough loss. What have you noticed about the team, after a loss like that? How's the mood been?
Yeah, I think it was no flinch. Everything's still in front of us, everything that we want to accomplish, and so it was good to see, and everybody was focused and is ready to respond in a positive way.
How have you been able to split up your time, both playing nickel and safety, since you've been here?
Man, really just trying to lock in and focus and trying to retain as much information as possible, and just be prepared and let them have the confidence in me that I'm prepared, for whatever situation.
Obviously, it's more on your plate, but does it give you a fuller sense of the defense, learning multiple positions in it?
Yeah, I think for sure, like when you're doing that and you kind of get a sense of just how the DB backfield operates as a whole, and now you kind of understand who's where and what help and everything like that. Obviously, the repetitions and stuff, all that takes time and everything like that. But it's been going. So,
what's been the toughest part about adjusting to coming to a new team and everything? Just learning everything in 3 weeks.
Yeah, just the learning part. Really, the learning part. Is definitely a different defense than I was a part of, and so being diligent with my time with CP and him helping me out with that, as well as the guys in the room. I think too, just the communication, how things are communicated. A lot of different things are different as far as just the little things like what certain routes are called. You kind of have to figure those things out on the fly. But everybody's been super helpful with that.
Michael, what are you seeing from Caleb Williams?
Yeah, he's trusting himself, he's trusting his arm, and I feel like he's built a good confidence and earned that. The way he's been playing. And so, they're explosive and they're a balanced offense, and they've been winning games for them quarterback. So
you mentioned some of those late night meetings, trying to get caught up. What were those like?
They were just conversations, just kind of, I think, really looking at it on paper, and kind of understanding this is the assignment, this is the job, and then looking at it on film, and watching guys like Coop do it, and then going out there and practice and perfecting it and just keep getting reps and reps and reps, and then coming back and kind of rinse and repeat and do that process over and over again so you feel comfortable. Kind of it's not as much as a thinking game anymore, trying to remember like this is what I'm supposed to be doing in this certain spot.
I think it's just just being comfortable in the scheme, understanding my job. I think just reps in the system, and I've been just diving into the detail, meeting with the coaches. The coaches are doing a really good job, and just owning my role and understanding what I need to do to be successful.
Getting a chance to watch some film of you out there this past Sunday, what did you learn from watching that film of yourself?
I just came in and just pulled off the bench and just did what I needed to do. I think just calming down a little bit when I get in there and just playing the game I love, playing the game I know how to play, and that's it.
How do you go about that? Just calming down on the field a little bit.
I feel like I have I feel like inside I've got a calm presence. I'm confident. I know what I'm doing. But I think I think just slowing down a little bit, coming under control and contact, and I think we'll be extremely successful.
How excited are you to get a full game this Friday?
It's going to be amazing. That's what I came here to do, and just kind of embracing the opportunity for what it is. I feel horrible for Drew. He's been having a great season so far, doing a really good job in the secondary as a safety, and I hate to see that as a young player, and I can relate to him because I went through it, and I know what he's going through is a tough process, but he's going to get through it. He's going to be better on the back end of it.
How much tougher is it on a short week to get ready for that kind of a start?
I think just treat it like any other week. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's our situation. We just got to go dominate it.
It's been a long time since you got those reps in training camp, but how much are you able to draw on that, getting back with Reed?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think we have a good rapport. We've been together for 3 years, and training camp seems like it was forever ago. But I think just being as close as we are in the locker room and knowing him as a person, knowing him over the last few years, I think we're going to be great together.
You're a player that likes to deliver a big hit. What have you learned though so far in your career about how to balance wanting to deliver that big hit, but with also maybe not overdoing it too much and making a mistake?
Yeah, I think just understanding that your shots will come. Not trying to force them, and I think that's something that I've been able to hone into, and just understanding. The shots will come, the opportunity will come. You just got to seize it when it does.
How tough has it been kind of waiting, for this opportunity? I mean, you had the chance obviously in training camp and everything, and finally get this opportunity. What's it been like?
It is what it is. I just, I think, as long as the team's winning, I'm just going to own my role for what it is. And, the situation that happened this past weekend, just kind of fell in my favor. And I'm ready. I feel like I've been ready since camp. I think I've been prepared since, I got here. I just had a couple of setbacks in the past, and it's just been something to work back from. But I think I've been ready to go since I came here. So
on a personal level, how did you deal with the way training camp went, and then not winning the job outright? Like, how did you deal with that on a personal level?
I mean, what's best for the team. That's how I look at it. And are we winning football games? Like, that's all I care about. And that's all you can ask for, especially in this profession. It's about winning football games, and that's what it is. And I don't knock on that. And I think at the end of the day, you might not agree with some of the decisions made, but it's obviously made for the best of the team, and that's all that matters.
So how much will knowing that you're going in as the starter help you out this week?
I mean, it's you know what you're prepared for. You know what you're getting yourself into. I think every week I prepare to, prepare like I'm going out there to start to the best of my ability. And what's going to be really nice is getting the reps under my belt up till Friday. Especially on a short end of the week, you're not going to really get all the live reps, but just getting those mental reps, getting those reps in walkthrough, and I think those are huge. That's something that I'm not used to, on a week basis. But getting that this week is going to be amazing.
What have you learned about Michael Carter since he's been here?
Man, he's a vet. He's a vet, and just his versatility. I don't think, they throw him into some situations and he just says, yes sir, he goes done, does what he needs to do, and I think he's a man coverage demon, and I think he's a real asset to this defense.
It sounds like